up, Wizards? So I got something interesting here for you guys today. I got a game against Vynsette. So I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but on Talishar, if you go into open format and open a lobby there, you can play anybody. Anybody can play with the new cards and the new heroes, and you can even play with it's just an open format. Anything goes, nothing is restricted. So I've been doing that. I've been trying to test into the new heroes, like specifically Vynsette and Prism, and I have some bad news to report on Prism. I've not been able to secure any wins against Prism. It is looking pretty grim and abysmal. The matchup is looking really, really bad for us. Hopefully I'll have some gameplay up for you soon, but this is, I think, the third game I played against Vynsette, and this matchup is a little bit different. It's a little bit different than the Prism matchup is, for sure. So I also recorded a chain game, a seeds chain. He was like playing some new cards and seeds and all that stuff, and that was really fun. That was a race. I'll post that game up soon. But for now, let's just get into this game, the Vynsette game. I got to go first, and as you see, I drew into 2 Weathervanes, an Encase, and a Insidious Chill. So I decided to just lay some Frostbites down. She only has AB1, so I get to freeze her up a little bit. It's not going to prevent her from banishing a card or anything, because her hero ability is triggered, not activated. But I still get to push some damage through and give her 4 Frostbites and then lay down a Chill next turn, which is pretty good for me. So I still get to push through 3 damage, 4 Frostbites, and put an Insidious Chill in the arsenal, which I'm feeling good about. And then I draw into a whole hand of blues. I draw into 2 more Chills, a Blizzard, and a Ice Eternal. After she banishes a card, we're going to see, she does unfortunately be able to just play a Read the Runes and get a bunch of rune chants here, end her turn. But I get to lay down a Chill, and then I get to put down a second Chill on my turn and put a third Chill in the arsenal. So I'm just like stacking Chills up like nobody's business here. I'm not sure how much go again she actually has in this deck, so I don't know that Blizzard was the right choice for the sideboard here. I don't know how to sideboard into these heroes yet, so I'm just kind of like YOLOing it. But now I draw into an Ice Vein, a Channel Lake Frigid, a Cold Snap, and another Weathervane, sorry. And she plays some card that I have no idea what it is. I don't know any of these cards really yet. I'm still learning this deck. But all in all, this deck looks pretty fun. I am liking this whole rune gating thing. Just take a couple turns off, stack a bunch of rune chants, and then throw a big attack at me. And I think this is the one that if it hits, you have to discard a card or banish a card, or something like that, which is pretty good. She's got an on hit. I'm not 100% sure. I have to read the card, I believe. Yeah, this is a pretty good one. This is a blue that if it hits, you have to banish a card from your hand, which is pretty scary. She's able to play it for free, essentially, because of the rune gating. It comes in for 6. Now, I think I just decide to hit her with Moon and banish a card and put this Channel Lake Frigid into Arsenal. It's like when the combat chain closes, like when the turn is over, I have to banish a card from my hand, I believe. She's not really sure. She's still learning the deck, which is like pretty understandable. And yeah, I have to read all these cards. I'm not 100% sure what they all do yet. So yeah, I just banish, pitch the Moon, push a little bit more damage through, and then put the Channel Lake Frigid in the Arsenal. And I draw into a handful of blues, so laying down a channel and keeping it, and I have 3 Insidious Chills out, so I'm just going to absolutely demolish her hand next turn. She wants that. And she hits me with a Runic Reclamation, so I'm going to take a Rune Chant damage here and like 7 damage from this. And she's probably going to destroy one of my chills, which is kind of sad, but I have 3, so it's not like a big deal. Nice to see that they're playing Runic Reclamation. That card's pretty good. I never really saw it play before, but just taking one of my chills away, it's pretty good. But I still have 2 left, so I can strip her hand and keep this channel around so that when she has to banish a card from her hand next turn, she's pretty much left with no turn at all. She's very quickly got me down to a pretty precarious life total. I'm already at 17, and she's still at 33, and I'm not pushing any damage this turn except for a little bit by Moon. So as you can see, this deck can actually present a lot of damage pretty efficiently. But after setting up some disruption, I haven't had any problems like really closing out the game. And then I draw into a really nice hand here where I get to lay down a whole bunch of Frostbites, strip her entire hand again, and put a Hex down. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. I get to give her 4 Frostbites total. She's going to take 3 of this damage from Polar Cap. I'm going to take 2 cards from her hand and put a Frost Hex in the arsenal. So, this banishing a card at the beginning of her turn is a must. So, she has no way to pay through any of these frostbites after losing 2 cards from chills. She's going to attempt to play this, but to clear the frostbites, but she's not going to be able to. And here I draw into kind of an interesting hand. I draw into another hex. I draw into a red Icebind and a one more Weathervane, so I decide to hold off on playing the chill because it just wouldn't have lined up correctly that last turn. So I can still push this massive amount of damage with chills, with hexes, but this time I get to still put another 4 frostbites down on her, freeze her arsenal, strip 2 cards from her hand, and this time I'm guaranteed to, have the resources to be able to make that play to put the hex down on her. Because last turn, my resources just didn't line up for me to play that hex. But this time they definitely do. She takes a bunch of blood debt as well, which is pretty nice. So she's getting assaulted from multiple fronts there. And once you get set up and just start stripping cards from her hand, this matchup becomes quite easy. And here I decide to just push a little bit extra damage with Moon and put this Icevein into Arsenal because I know I can just break my boots and kill her with it. Because she's only on AB1. And just because shenanigans, if she has like an Oasis or something like that. But yeah, there you go. That was a sample game of one of the Vynsette games. I'm sure those lists are gonna be tuned and become a lot more efficient as time goes on. But for now, it's a pretty easy matchup, to be honest. All the games I've played against her have gone something quite similar like that. Like at first she deals me a bunch of damage, but once I get some chills set up and some hexes set up and start actually stripping cards from her hand with like Ice Veins and Weathervanes and things like that, she ends up just taking a bunch of blood debt and, dying from frostbite damage and combination of that and blood debt. So pretty easy matchup. I expect it to get harder as lists get refined, but for now it's pretty fun. I actually like that hero, so peace out, Wizards. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, help the algorithm, help me out, do all those things that YouTube are supposed to say. All right, peace out, Wizards.